Hello, how's it going? I'm Charles from Kathy and Charles Ventures. What I'm going to do today is do a quick review of, you're going to get some of the Rubicon. It's a 2023 Rubicon Jeep Gladiator. I'll give you a little experience of as far as how it was towing it. We towed it. We have had it for approximately around 6 months or so, and we drove about roughly close to 10,000 miles with it from Alaska all the way down to Tucson, Arizona, and then back to Alaska. I'll fill in some of the experience we had, what if we had any issues or not, and at the end we'll go to some of the stuff. I might just do it as we go. Some of the stuff that we like and don't like about the trailer. There's you never get 100% satisfied on whatever you buy nowadays, especially with RV trailers and stuff like that. Even though they put a lot of effort into trying to please the customer, but to start off with, we towed it with a 2023. It's a, like I said in the beginning, Jeep Gladiator Rubicon. It's capable of towing 7,000 pounds. The trailer itself, roughly, we had it weighed with stuff in it and all that stuff. It pretty much around 46, 45 is what I think we got it on there. I'll put the numbers on there if once we get it, because we did jot it down and stuff. The tow hitch I had, it's a it's one of the tow hitches we had when I first bought our first trailer years ago. I guess in around 1995 or so. We just kept it and sat around. So what I did is I just basically used the weight distributions and transfer it over. What I did initially was, when I tow it, I towed without it, exactly how you see here, and from going to Tucson, Arizona, and it was a little, you have to control your speed. You have to. I mean, it's a good thing I had a little bit of experience as far as towing, but it's kind of shaky. Even though they say if it's not more than 7,000 pounds or more than 5,000 pounds, I don't know what the exact thing is. Each state, as far as whether you towed or not. But anyway, the trailer itself handled pretty good. The only issues I had when he was towing was wind. Direct wind towards us really made the miles per gallon really sort of jump from, we was getting initially 12 all the way down. It dropped all the way down to under 10 miles per gallon. So overall, we got between 10 and 12 miles per gallon on the whole trip. The Jeep itself is pretty stable. I do have uh, airbags on the back, 1,000, which I'll put it in the description there, or as far as what I put on there, so it doesn't really dip that much. Right now, a lot of the weight is still on it. I just ease some of the weights off on it. The trailer itself is a Intech Dust, Sol Dust, with the Sol Rover package on it, which includes the bigger tires on here, the grill in the front, and a couple more things that you get on here. I think what you get with the package is, you have options to get the entertainment, not the entertainment, but the outside kitchen. Right now, the cooler itself is being worked on. It stopped working, so the dealer is fixing that. You also get some pretty good storage on there. It goes all the way back to right about here. That's what you get on here. So it holds just as much as you to me, that more than what I needed as far as on there. You do get the outside. You can hook up your gas to the grill, and it does have the propane. Well, go back to the front. The propane, which is kind of hidden, which is a good feature about this, is it's all tucked in here. I'll open it real quick, make it easier. The two tanks are right here. And I think it's an option to have 2 tanks. You normally with the standard feature would just be 1 tank. I did add a storage box in the front. One of the reasons is to put a little bit of weight on the front for more stability as you drive. You do get a very big, this is a very nice whenever you're camping because you have a big front windshield, which is on here. It's pretty much same as a car or automotive type of windshield. The awning is pretty nice. The only thing I don't like about it is you do have to put the feet down on it. So it's not that bad. It comes out in and out, no issue. The issue that you have with it though, you can't open it up. You can't open it up with the door open. You have to literally close the door. About the awning. But other than that, it's a pretty stable awning. You know, you adjust it, come down. You can raise it up as high as you want to pass the door, and you pretty much lock it in. And then you could put stakes on the feet, same thing. Other side, same way. Pretty simple, pretty easy. And then you have no issues with opening and closing the door. It clears it, no problem. And you can adjust it to whatever height you want. And you basically just do the opposite. It's a little tricky getting it back in. You have to make sure this is all the way forward. Push it in. Make sure this is all the way tucked in. Same thing here. You slide it in. Make sure it's in. When you open the door, make sure you try not to put a hole in the top. Then you install. There's pros and cons to it. It's nice to have a big, nice, wide step whenever you get there, but the issue with all this is whenever you're traveling, every time you have to open and close, you can get dust and all that stuff in there. We normally have a little brush we take and we brush the stuff off. So the dust, once you lift the step up and put it in, you know, it doesn't put dust or anything like that in there. The don't like I like about this is if you do stop, let's say that we're traveling and we're at a rest stop and we have to go eat, you have to literally take this out, almost like, you know, you're at a campsite. You have to take it out because you can't get in. And at night, you know, you either leave it out or leave it in. But if you're at a truck stop or whatever it is, you know, it kind of sticks out a lot. So it's a do and don't. I don't mind the tuck away ones that slides up in there. The door does have a little magnetic stuff that holds. You know, it's not bad. It's if there's high winds though, the magnet is not as strong to keep the door in the open position. As you can see, it doesn't really take much to get it to unlatch. So it's a good idea, but it's a lot safer to have, to me, a latch that keeps it in place. Like I mentioned before, you get upgraded tires on there, 235. 75 15s. I'm not 100% sure what the other tires are. I think it was like 225 75 or whatever it is, or 215 I think it was for the standard size. This works out a lot because of the rough roads that we had driving from Alaska to Tucson. Now it didn't come with a rear camera, so we installed a rear camera on there. We just got it on Amazon. The ones that they sell, I think they want like 300 and some bucks for it. I don't think it's worth the money to spend that much money. I think I only paid like around $100 or so, maybe 140 if that much. The solid rail, which is pretty nice. You do get a little hitch that handles, I think, 175 pounds. You can put. We had our bikes on there. We had two bikes on there that stayed on there pretty good, pretty nice. You could also, I guess, if you want, you could put some a storage back here also. You do get one of those Trumer. Actually, this one is a suburban one. It's an instant hot heater. There's it's it's good, whereas you don't have to worry about, you know, I guess if in Alaska here with the winterization and all that kind of stuff, we don't have to worry about winterizing that because all you have to do is just blow the lines out and you get to go. You don't have to worry about draining a 6 gallon tank. But the thing about these things is I mess with it for a little bit, and then, you know, it tries to I think it tries to circulate. I'm not 100% sure how it works. I'll have to look into it some more as far as how it does, how it works and how it doesn't work. As you can see, there's a whole bunch of dust in there from us driving on it. So there is depressurization and all that stuff in there if you want it, whenever it's time to do that stuff. 30 amp show power. Uh, Cable hookups. I guess they still do. They still have some campgrounds that have cable hookups. And this is your water, your city water hookup, and your fill up hookup here to fill it up. This is a combination gray and black tank. Um, it's a good. I think it's a good. I thought it was a good idea initially, but you have to remember now you mix in both your black and gray water together, so you have one coming out. It doesn't really have a flush, so if you're not perfectly balanced, because the tank is very flat, it's a very flat tank that's in here. Your readings might be a little bit off because we had issues with that. Some of the stuff that we had, they do give you. Well, this is the furnace. Your the heater on this is a very good heater, even though it's just situated in one spot. It actually heats the whole place up. Your sewer, gray tank, drain hose, or they call it the stinky slinky or whatever they call it. It's pretty good. It actually, I mean, we've never had anything that's storage. Most of the time, we just had a compartment that we threw our stuff in our A-class motorhome. The jacks, there is 4 stabilization jacks on here, and it is used just for stabilization. You don't use it to level. You level the trailer the best you can, and then you just stabilize it with they do have 4 of them, 2 in the front and 2 in the back. And that's pretty much it from the outside. Like I said, it's a little the trailer's a little dirty because it's fall here. Well, not quite fall. It's getting close to fall type of weather. All the leaves are falling and the rain doesn't want to stop most of the time. But we like the temperature right now, as of now, in the 40s and 50s. We'll check out the inside now. Here you have all your lights controls right here. You have porch, your external front accent lights, which is these right here. I'll turn it on. You have your porch lights right there. You have your external front accent light. It came, the lights was burnt out there. I don't know. I guess you have to replace the whole assembly. They're lit up pretty good, so you can't mess that up. You have your dinette, which is over here. Your cabin accent lights. There's accent lights, as you can see, front and back, on both sides. And then you have your main lights and the back lights. I'll turn them on while we do this. As you come in, the stove is here. As you come in the entrance, refrigerator. It's, to me, this is one of the stuff that I do not like, is the refrigerator is, to me, it's too small. This is the only freezer you have. That's it. You can barely hold ice trays in there. You can put a couple of, I guess, steaks or whatever it is you want in there. There is an ice, like, to me, they could have put a bigger refrigerator than this one in here. This is, to me, it's a little bit too small for
Yeah,
a trailer.
that freezer outside.
Yeah, we have the freezer outside, but the thing is, it's outside. I thought initially you'll have access to it from the inside, if you lift up the, like the cushions or whatever it is, or the metal cushions, but you can't. There's no access to it, as far as I know, unless I make access to it. Because of this, it slides in and it comes to the middle of the trailer right here. I thought maybe there's like a panel you can lift up and then go in there. So I thought, oh, maybe it's not that bad with the freezer, because you can turn that refrigerator freezer into a freezer itself. This turns into a bed in the front. It's pretty big. It's good size. You got a good sized bed, probably close to a full, maybe a little bit bigger than a full, but all the room. You do have storage cabinets, and the storage cabinets, this one here is pretty deep. It's all magnetized and holds in here. It's soft close. You know, both sides, soft close. The One of the issues we had, I think this is the only issue we had for the whole trip, was this glass broke, and it was right as we was getting ready to. We went through the whole of Alaska and Canada, no issues as far as that. This, I guess, with all the rough roads and all that stuff, even though it seems like it's strong enough to hold it, it didn't hold. We had some cans in here. It didn't hold that stuff in, so it fell. So we end up using these containers to hold whatever it is. And what happened was the glass itself broke, so I went to Lowe's and I just had them cut one, and then I just trimmed it down to this here, and I left it there. So this is something that we have to try to get replaced as we go. They'll give you a nice setup with the grill, so you can dry your plates and stuff like that. The sink is a pretty nice, good size sink, and it does have the squirt. You can maneuver it in and out. Actually got a thing in there. The bathroom is a wet bath. It does have a exhaust fan up there. Not bad. It's pretty good size. The and it does have, it's a double seal, so basically if you're taking a shower or whatever it is, you don't have to worry about curtains or anything like that. You pretty much just make sure you close the door all the way. And it's the only thing that I don't, one of the dislikes that I didn't like, is this is pretty much the only sink you have. when you use the bathroom or whatever it is, you have to come out here and use this. It doesn't have a sink at all in there. I in some of the trailers that we looked at when we was looking to buy a trailer, they had those little tiny little sinks that flip up, and I thought that was kind of, yeah, yeah. But I didn't realize that it's best to have one of those than to don't not to have one at all, because with being in there and in and out, and if somebody's here, then you have to wait till they, they finish, so you can wash your hands and stuff. I'm one of the person that like to wash my hands whenever I use the bathroom. So that's one of the things there is. It is a twin bed. This is how we keep our stuff most of the time. Whenever we travel, it's easy in and out. It's very comfortable. It's a very comfortable setup. You can what I did is there is leaves that goes in here, and I bought some foam, and I made cushions out of it that matches the the double setup of these together put together. So this is basically the width of two of these put together to make this into a king. It does have, and there's a second tray that you can put here, and then you have it turns into a king size bed all the way around with the blankets. We have blankets on here, so that's the reason why it looks much bigger. And it gives you can sleep. Kathy and I, we're not that tall, so we can sleep this way if we choose to, and you still have an area. Whereas, you can change if you have to change. There is lights put on the headboards on each side. You can adjust to the three positions: accent, a blue light, and bright light. Both sides have this accent light, blue light, and bright lights. You have like USB outlets here for you to plug in, and that is 12 volts, so you can plug in on the 12-volt system. Overall, the Intech Dusk is a very good unit. We enjoyed it. It the sleeping four really helped us out, and also the towing was fine. Everything was good. And if there's any questions whatsoever that you have on here, I might probably missed a whole bunch of stuff, but if there's any detailed stuff you want to know as far as how we like it, why we don't like it, and stuff like that, I explained it in the video as we went by. But it's a pretty good unit. We did enjoy it, and hopefully we'll use it for a while. And don't forget to subscribe and notify. We do a lot more videos and stuff like that. And thanks for watching. Appreciate it.